Hi, welcome to ALLWOOD Talkies. This is Lex. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do consider subscribing and press the bell button for notifications. Today we are going to see The Night Agent Season 1 Episode 2, Redial. As this episode of The Night Agent begins, Rose Larkin speaks to someone about her startup 3 months ago. She is warned that Silicon Valley can be brutal for women, and she is a rare female CEO not working in the beauty or wellness space. The interview is interrupted when Rose receives a call from Lawrence Finster. Lawrence complains that someone is in their system and they're completely locked out. The hackers just contacted them, and they want $7.2 million in Bitcoin or they'll release their proprietary technology online. Rose rushes to check with Kadim, who says someone has messed with the code. Rose blames Adam, so she takes control. In the present, Rose tells Diane Farr and Hawkins that she saw the man's figure and not his face. Peter Sutherland listens from outside the room as Jamie questions how they know Rose isn't in on this. Rose gets upset and storms out of the room. Peter asks Diane and Jamie what is going on. Jamie is convinced Rose is hiding something. Diane suggests Peter can get her to talk. When Rose comes back, Diane says they have a car with the Secret Service that will take her to the Remborn Hotel. Rose wants to walk to the motel and says they'll have to arrest her otherwise. When Peter leaves with her, Hawkins says Sutherland doesn't have the training to work as a witness. Diane is sure Peter can do it and suggests Hawkins is afraid he'll succeed where he couldn't. Rose tells Peter that her plan is to stay alive for as long as possible. She thinks both of their lives could be at stake. Peter takes Rose to the motel room and shows her around. He reassures her that they're going to get these guys. Peter admits he has to leave, and this could be the last time they see each other. Rose thanks him before he leaves. Peter asks the receptionist to deliver a handful of books to room 610 and tell her they're from Peter. Ellen speaks to Dale about being curious about what is in the bag. They get pulled over because she has been speeding. Peter joins Hawkins and Diane. Diane says the president wants to know what they know. Hawkins admits that the Campbells worked for them in counterintelligence. They retired a few years ago. The fact Rose called night action means they were working something off the books. Ben suggests the Secret Service should step in, but Jamie insists they've got it covered. Jamie would like to take another crack at the girl. Peter suggests she has been traumatized enough. The outside world believes this was 2 business people killed in a robbery. Once they're alone, Diane tells Peter that they should double-check Jamie's work. She will get Peter the case files for the Campbells over the years. He needs to look for any reason why they were targeted and any connections to why Hawkins isn't telling them about it. Diane knows he is capable of more and wants to do more, so this is his chance. Peter approaches Liam to see if he found out anything about the screenshot he sent him. Liam found a sigil that matches the family crest of the Royal House of Yugoslavia. He guesses the original owner of the ring is a distant relative to the Crown Prince. Liam isn't eager to help investigate it any further. Later, Peter calls Diane after learning that Hawkins used to be the FBI handler for Emma and Henry. He recognized Jamie's signature on some old sign-offs. They're surprised he never told Diane. She asks Peter to separate the cases he oversaw and get them to her. Rose calls Peter's number because she can't sleep. She learns that he doesn't actually have to keep the line open because it isn't set up like that. When she asks what happens next to her, Peter says he wishes he knew. Dale tells Ellen that it doesn't matter what is in the bag, but she says it was worth killing for. He urges her to stop torturing herself. She checks it and finds a nanny cam in a stuffed animal. Emma wants to get the cords to download what is on the camera, but Dale doesn't think they should. They get a call from their boss who warns them that she saw them at the house. The client is told that they're a good team and no one has asked for a refund yet. He confesses that the whole thing makes him ill. Peter tells Rose that he wanted to play in the NBA at one time. Rose admits her dream crashed and burned. When she looked around, she was the only one not wearing a parachute. Letting a friend betray her was an expensive lesson. Rose confesses to being lonely all the time, especially now that they're gone. Peter agrees to have breakfast with her tomorrow when he gets off work. Diane asks Val for more of that tea because it had a kick to it. She finds Peter sleeping on the couch. He says he was going to put the files on her desk, but fell asleep on the couch. Peter didn't find anything helpful, although he marked up all the cases Hawkins oversaw. Diane thinks it is good that Rose contacted him again. When Peter reaches the motel, he gets concerned because the Secret Service agents aren't around. Once he makes it to Rose, he tells her they have to get out of there right now. Emma enters the room pretending to be housekeeping, but Rose and Peter are already gone. She notifies her partner, who agrees to meet her in the stairwell. Peter ends up getting into a short shootout with the guy in the stairwell before escaping with Rose. Emma changes clothes again while Peter and Rose try to flee from her partner. Peter is out of bullets and he doubts the other guy is. He breaks a panel of glass and steps outside. The panel under him collapses, so he falls to the ground. Soon, Rose realizes that she has no choice but to jump. She does and falls on Peter. They run away before the gunman can shoot them. The female assassin attempts to pursue them. Peter and Rose cross the street so they can get her some clothes. Rose steals a woman's phone because she wants Peter to call the White House to find out who pulled her security. Diane gets word of Peter's call. The female assassin enters the clothing store. Diane tells Peter that it is just her, Ben, and Nathan. Once Peter tells them what happened, Nathan tries to find out what happened to the Secret Service agents. Ben says a command was sent 30 minutes ago on the Pegasus system ordering the agents to disengage. The only ones with the power to authorize that are the President, Diane, Ben, Nathan, Director Willett, and Deputy Director Hawkins. Nathan is sent to find out where Hawkins is while Diane checks on Rose and Peter. Hawkins's office doesn't know where he is. The female assassin leaves the store. Diane offers to send someone to pick them up, but Peter says not until she can get this under control. After the call, Rose says they need to figure out what her aunt and uncle were investigating and who it threatened. They go back to the house since that is where Rose thinks they should start. Rose learns that they shot her aunt 6 times. She wants to get these people, and Peter does as well. Rose admits she didn't tell him everything about that night before asking if he knows who Osprey is. They also mention some files and an engineer. Rose also remembers them saying that the country was in trouble. There are only 7 days until it goes down. Her uncle said something about them taking a drive through the woods. Once they discuss the possibility it could be a hard drive, Rose believes she knows where it'd be. They agree to grab a prepaid phone and bullets before leaving. Hawkins meets one of the mystery men. Rose tells Peter about the cabin her uncle's brother built 30 years ago. Peter reminds her that she doesn't have to do this, although they have to keep her safe while the FBI does it. They enter the cabin and begin looking for the hard drive. The male assassin has to comfort the female assassin and remind her to be patient. She doesn't like losing. He says they have to win every time, but they only have to win once. After saying they love each other, they kiss and she wants to have sex. He does until he receives a call saying he is being put into motion now. Peter finds the hard drive, but Rose is unable to open the files because the drive is protected. She calls it National Intelligence Level Security and she can't get around it. Peter notices that the file is named 2781, which was the number of the metro train that was blown up. Peter decides to call Diane using the night action line to get the hardware Rose needs to hack into the hard drive. Diane confirms Hawkins pulled off Rose's Secret Service detail. The order was issued from a computer in his office, but he couldn't confess because he has been killed. He was shot in the back 6 times. Peter tells Diane about the hard drive before she encourages them to come in. Thanks for watching ALLWOOD Talkies. Support us by subscribing to our channel and give thumbs up. Catch you on the next video. Bye guys.